Hello guys, hello everyone, welcome to today's video. And if this is the first time you are seeing, probably my name is Joseph Benson. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and click on the notification icon in case we have a brand new video just like this one. Of course, you will be notified. Make sure to share this video with family and friends because you do us a lot of favor, and in case we have a brand new video just like this one, you will still be notified. With me in the house is Reverend Peace Innocent Chukwudi. Udochukwu is the Executive Director 2.0, and he's here with me in the studio. We have a pressing question today that we want to be addressing, and I hope you will be watching this video to the end. Reverend, thank you and welcome to the studio.
Thanks so much, Joe, for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir.
Viewers out there, I say good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on where you are watching us from. My name is Reverend Innocent Chukwudi Peace Udochukwu. I am, by the special grace of God, the Executive Director of Nigeria 2.0, Freedom Now. It's a group that is championing the new Nigeria that we're all desiring to have. So I welcome you as you join us in this very important topic.
Thank you so much, sir. And we have a very pressing question that I think we need to talk about today in this video.
Yeah.
And as an ordinary Nigerian, I know how the whole thing becomes so difficult.
Yeah.
And we want you to answer some of the vital questions today,
yeah,
and make it known to the viewers that what Nigeria is all about and what Nigeria is facing right now.
Yeah.
The first question I have for you today, and I know too well that other viewers out there have the same question.
Yeah.
Is Nigeria right now ripe for a revolution?
Yes, Joe.
Okay.
Me and you know that, because you can see it in the way the country is going. The first indication that shows that the country is ripe for a revolution is when the executive, you have three arms of government, or governance. The executive, the judiciary, the executive, the legislators, and the judiciary. So when the executive is full of rascality, and the legislators are not there to checkmate them, then the judiciary that is supposed to be the final umpire to checkmate the excesses of both the executive and the legislators are nowhere to be found. But rather, judgment is given based on cash and carry, or who knows who. It's no longer delivering justice with judgment. Rather, they deliver judgment without justice. So when the judiciary, the executive, and the legislative arm of government, they are all in cahoots to make sure that the masses are shortchanged, then the country is very ripe for revolution. That is not all. You also talk about corruption. Corruption, when you see corruption in the high places, that, like I said, the legislators are not checkmating, the judiciary are nowhere to be found, they are even more corrupt than the other two arms of the government.
I see.
Then you know that the country is ripe for a revolution. Then the third one is the armed forces, the security agencies.
I just want you, you have answered.
We can take them one after the other.
You know what? Our viewers are watching out there, and you have answered my first question, so I don't want you to overlap most of the questions. Please, if you have any question regarding Nigeria being ripe for a revolution, you can drop your comment in the comment section below, and be rest assured, our Reverend here is very much available to answer all your questions. I have more pressing question for you, sir.
Yes.
Because I don't want you to overlap some of the questions we have right now.
Go ahead.
One of the questions I want to ask you right now is, what are the signs? Because I want you to tell us the signs. What are few signs that signifies that Nigeria is very much ripe for a revolution? Can you tell us?
I've mentioned some of them already, but I
don't want you to overlap.
I will still continue, yes. The armed forces, the security personnel, that is the police, the army, the air force, and all whatnot. Just the whole security sector. When you discover that the personnel there are completely no longer patriotic, their morale is at the lowest level, then you know that the country is ripe for revolution. You can see that during the last election, presidential election, that P2B, the man in opposition, Labour Party, won the whole of this, all the army formations, police formations, Air Force, all the military formations.
And the parliamentary at the same time.
P2B won the whole of those places.
Wow.
That will show you that these same people are angling for change. They want that change. They want a better treatment. Then, another thing is agitations. When you see people in the north saying that they want to be on their own through Boko Haram and other terrorist organizations, agitating for a separate country. Then in the west, the Yorubas are calling for
Udochukwu
Republic or New Yoruba Nation.
And then in the west,
then Igbo in the southeast is shouting Biafra. You know that the country is ripe, very much ripe, overripe for revolution.
One of the questions I want to throw right now to you is so that I can answer our audience is that when we look at the judiciary, we see how they pass some of the unfair judgment recently in the past election. Do you think that the judiciary are also very corrupt, and then that also signifies a sign for a revolution?
That's what I said before. The former NDA president, Olisa Abakoba, who said in the presence of the incumbent president, Tinubu, he said in his presence that I have been fighting for a better Nigeria since the time I was 29 years old. And I'm still fighting. I'm about 72 now. I'm still fighting and nothing has changed. He also mentioned that the Nigerian Supreme Court is the most corrupt, the worst in the whole world, because of the kind of judgments they have given so far, which is several miles away from the Constitution. So there is no doubt about the way the judiciary has compromised in Nigeria today. You can see it in the judgment of the current Senate President, Akpabio, who didn't even stand for primary election in his own party, but at the end of the day, the Supreme Court gave him go ahead to become the senator. The same thing with his immediate past, that is predecessor. I've forgotten his name. The immediate past Senate president. He got the same kind of judgment, which is wrong, which is not something anybody anywhere in the judiciary should have ever imagined. Look at the 25% law that any presidential candidate contesting in the Nigerian election must get 25% in FCT.
We can see clearly that Tinubu didn't get 25%.
At the end of the day, Tinubu didn't get that, and in the FCT, the Supreme Court ruled otherwise. Said something that is completely unconstitutional.
That simply signifies that it's one of the most pressing points for a revolution. But I have more questions, sir.
Go ahead.
When we talk about revolution, we know government doesn't like that language. It's a language that is like pulling them out of that seat completely. Now, what are the measures that Nigerians can follow? Can follow and perform a perfect revolution without government being sending armies, police, killing people. We see some of the things that happen in Lekki Toll Gate during the NSAS. And what can you say about that?
Well, when you say government doesn't like revolution or the word revolution, it's simply because it's out of ignorance. It's ignorance. They don't know what revolution is all about. Revolution doesn't really mean we no go agree or coming out in the street carrying placards and causing violence here and there. The revolution is more or less changing the way things are done.
But still maintaining the same president.
No, not really. Revolution can mean change of regime. It can mean change of system. But a revolution in one word means changing the way we do things, the mindset, like the corruption in the judiciary, like the corruption in the political sphere, like the agitations here and there, addressing all those issues that is causing some section of the country to say, no, we don't want to be part of Nigeria again.
Okay.
Addressing them squarely and fair. You know, that can be called a revolution. But the other aspect of it is that when you make a peaceful change impossible, automatically you are making a violent change inevitable. Okay. So with the way things are going in Nigeria today, it may not be that kind of just change of mindset. Okay. It will also result in changing of system and regime. Okay. And coming to the issue of how we can stop the government or maybe avoid being killed when coming out, I will tell you that it can't. There's an adage that says you cannot say you will not go to war because maybe you will die in the war. Exactly. The most important thing is, can we change what is going on? There are all this. Sometimes I see people talking about US, talking about France, talking about Britain, Italy, and so many other countries that things are working well in their society, in their countries. They also embarked in a revolution. French Revolution started it all. Okay. And after that, you have American Revolution. Then other countries followed. There must be a time the masses will rise and say, we don't want our country to continue going this way. And that is the only way the leaders will respect the citizens.
Thank you very, very much, sir. Yeah. Yes, with all you just said, we know that revolution is imminent in Nigeria, and we are waiting forward to see what is going to happen. Yeah. And what I want to say is that one of the pressing questions I wanted to ask is that you think if revolution happened, can it stop the Biafran agitation, Oduduwa agitation, and any other agitation within the country?
Definitely. Because why? Even in your marriage, in a marriage, I'm married, you are married.
Of course.
If the wife is not feeling a sense of responsibility or a sense of belonging in your house, she can say, darling, I don't like what you are doing. Can we do it the other way?
Yes.
And then it is left for you to say, okay, what's
the point of view?
Yeah, what are you putting on the table?
Exactly.
And she will say, okay, this is my ground. And you said, okay, we resolve it. We come halfway, I come halfway, we agree. So the same way in a country, if some people are feeling that things are not going their way or they don't have a sense of belonging in that country, they have the right. Okay. The issue of or the law of self-determination is captured in UN law. Okay. Human rights law. That you can't force people to belong. They have their right to determine, the right of self-determination. So what you now do is to make sure that everybody is carried along. Exactly. The reason why, like I mentioned, I use their marriage or my own marriage to give us an example is that in marriage is give and take. Exactly. Unless you feel that you no longer want that person, that's when you'll be doing as you like. Exactly. But if you know that you still want a peaceful family, peaceful home, you will always compromise, give in here and take back something there, so that both of you will always agree.
I am really blown away with your contributions, and I think
thank you so much.
All our viewers out there are also really appreciating your contribution. If you're watching us for the very first time, his name is Reverend Peace Innocent Chukwudi. Udochukwu. He's happened to be one of top reverend and the CEO of RPTV blog and so many TV stations. He is one of my guests today in the house, and I hope you really enjoy most of his content. Before this is going to be your last contribution. Okay. What do you have
in this program?
In this program, not the final program, because we have a lot of episodes.
And not even in my life.
Of course, not even in your life. No. This is going to be your last contribution in this episode.
Yes.
In this studio today.
Yes.
What advice are you going to give to the youth? Because I'm seeing the youth our youth they're not lazy, all right?
Yeah.
Nigerians youth are one of the greatest youth in history. They are very hardworking and they do anything to sustain. Very hardworking, What is your contribution? What's your advice to Nigerian youth regarding revolution? Because that has been pressing in my mind for a very long time. Some youth are divided, okay? Some youth are divided because of politicians have bought some youth, and then some youth are standing straight on their feet. What is your contribution to that?
No, what I'm trying to
for a perfect revolution.
What I will tell Nigerian youth today is that they should get up and be wise.
Okay.
They should not allow the politicians to bamboozle them with the issue of religion, ethnicity, and all whatnot. Because, like many people have said, and even Pretobi have repeated it severally, now that fuel price is what it is, you cannot drive into any filling station and get fuel cheaper simply because you belong to one religion or tribe or the other.
Exactly.
The same way, if you go to the market, so what Nigeria is happening to every one of us, irrespective of where you come from.
Exactly.
So why not do away with all those emotional blackmail that the politicians have been using to keep us apart? And then let's have a collective consciousness. Collective consciousness is for us to understand that when the rain falls, it cannot fall on top of only one man's roof. It will fall in every house around. So you know that despite the fact that you are a brother or from the same tribe with whoever is in power, you should also know that they only share all these things among themselves. It is only we, the downtrodden, that are still competing with each other. Up there, they collaborate. They know themselves. It's only when they want to use us, they will now come back with ethnic considerations and emotional to divide us. So you should think well, think critically, especially at this point where hardship is biting hard to every. And if we don't do anything about it, like I have given example, America, France, Italy, all this Western world where we call civilized world, what made them civilized today, what made them to be moving forward is revolution. Because when the leaders are not afraid of the led, the followers, the leaders can do anything they like, knowing fully well that the followers can do nothing. Because if you have a bad leadership, there must be a bad followership too. So if we don't follow well and make sure that we put these people to accountable so that they will account for their actions by asking questions or by this massive revolution we are talking about today, Nigeria will continue to go down, down the drain.
Thank you so much. Reverend, I really want to thank you. You really take your time to be here with us.
Thank you.
To share your insight about what is really coming.
It's my passion. And please, I will want to also remind us as the Executive Director of Nigeria 2.0. Nigeria 2.0 means a new Nigeria. If you have a new phone or a new app, you can say it's so and so 2.0 or 2.5 or 3.0 and so on. So 2.0, Nigeria 2.0 means a new Nigeria, freedom now. And then we are working hard day and night, brainstorming to make sure that Nigeria, that new Nigeria that everybody is desiring, comes to pass.
It's a great
so you can join us.
Thank you so much once again.
God bless you.
Innocent Peace. Chukwudi Udochukwu is with us here today in the studio. And please, if you have an insight you think you want to contribute, feel very much free to let us know in the comment section below. And be rest assured that my Reverend here is very much available to answer all your questions. I want to thank you guys so much for your time, for watching this video to its very end. And of course, make sure to like and share this video with family and friends. Hopefully, we're going to see you guys in the next one. But until now, we want to say bye-bye for now.